Little girl, being good. She's always in the shop hanging out with us, guys. We got Lisa's Firebird in the house. This is the one that we did the overdrive swap into the 700, or actually we put a 4L60 four-wheel drive unit in this and converted it to a two-wheel drive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to a two-wheel drive. We put a big cooler on it, 2200 stall converter. I haven't got to drive it yet. I'm excited. Can't wait to.
So you
But
did
we got
put the transmission in?
Yep, we just got it done. Yeah, it's done, ready to go. We're having a drive shaft going to be cut this morning. Actually waiting on our speedometer gears too to come. So, but oil pan gasket, we've done everything to this car. But we've got to come back here and take care of the issues with the rear end. This thing's got like a ton of backlash. I mean, when I had the hubs or the wheels bolted on it, I mean, this thing had an 1/8 of an inch backlash on this ring gear and pinion. So, but we're going to take it apart, see what it looks like on the inside, because the gears are supposed to be new. Everything is supposed to be new on the inside of the rear end. It's got some really nice, what are you doing, Annie? Huh? Hanging out? Well, it's got some really nice parts in it. Has only 100 miles on this unit, so since they rebuilt the rear end. Drums are new. That one there. Look at this. Supposedly got some, I believe they're a Moser axle. All new brakes and springs. Same way with this side here. All new brakes and springs. Drum is brand new. For it to have that much backlash, somebody did some nice work.
Yep.
Looks really good. Well, let's get this cover off and see what it looks like on the inside. Now, I think it has maybe a 373 gear in it. I'm not sure. I'm not really for sure. But we're gonna make it probably a 342, something like that. That way it'll work better with the overdrive. Still give them some highway usage out of it. That's some really nice grease.
Monday.
Yes, 20 degrees outside. I'm telling you, I felt every bit of it walking from the house to the shop. Every bit of it. I did have to move the sway bar back. It was bolted here to these flanges here on the bottom. Got it tied back with a bungee cord. Sound like I heard something drop in there.
I need to be on the other side of you.
Yeah.
Slide.
Well, this is a 10-bolt GM, so I'm not sure. Got a posi in it. Looks like the gears have run over a lot of trash. Like they're really pitted. Probably wasn't clean good or something. That's one thing you do when you put gears in them. When they build a lot of trash, these tubes right here hold a ton of metal in the bottoms of them right here on both sides, and you got to get in there and scrub these tubes out. Down in these holes down through here, there's a gap in there that needs to be cleaned out. Just a lot of metal. Wish I could put the drive shaft back in here, but it won't fit. Let's see if I can get a dial caliper on it to kind of get an idea what we do have on this thing. Let's see. Of course, my gasket's stuck where my dial caliper's going to go. You want to be careful with the razor blades, for sure.
I'll cut you.
Huh?
I'll cut you.
It will definitely cut you. See if I can get this turned around where I want it. Maybe, maybe not. These are always tough to mess with. I'm gonna get in. Oh, there we go. It's not perfectly straight, but get up in there. Oops. Trying to get that a little straighter. There we go. Maybe that'll work. Man, this is going to be tough to do. The yoke, this part here turns so easy, there's no drag on it at all. None at all. If I can even get a general idea. See, I can't even get a general idea on it. See if I can put the, well, that ain't going to help. But the yoke turns, it's so loose up here in the front that I really can't even tell how much backlash it's got in it. When it was all together, I mean, this yoke would move 1/8 of an inch on backlash, but since it's got grease and stuff all over it, normally we check backlash when everything's dry. Oil takes up space, you know, thousandths and stuff like that. So, and it's just so loose up here. I mean, you can't even hold it still. I think if I could clamp something on there, maybe I can clamp some vice grips on them and make it quit moving on the cover or something real quick. No, that didn't work neither. Oh, I hate that. I'm gonna clip these on there, see if that helps. That helped. See if I can see anything here. I mean, the way it's showing, I mean, it's showing that it only has like 8 thousandths backlash in it. Can you see that, Teresa?
Yeah, I was behind you.
But this thing winds like crazy. Like I say, when it's dry, it's going to be past a 10. So that's what I'm thinking. It's showing about 9 right now, but once we get the oil off of it and cleaned up and stuff, it'll probably show a 10 or 11. It's amazing how much oil takes up backlash. So, looks like the gears, like I said, looks like the gears have run over a lot of trash. Just got a lot of pitting on them. Can't tell if the gears are new, but you can just see, you know, if you look at them, you can just see like they're just really pitted. And that's the load side to push it down the road. Now it does have a pause in it though. That's nice. Put that up there maybe. The last rear end I did, they actually had the caps on backwards. This cap went over there and that cap went over there. I always take a punch and mark them. That way I know what side they come off, and I did that last time on the other one. And when I went to put it back together, I couldn't even get the caps back on. So that's when I realized they physically had them on backwards. So I like to just put just to mark them both, that way they know what side they go on. There's our little bolt there. Get that loose. There we go. both shiny. Probably try to find one, see if they have one down Emerald Off-Road this morning when I go get parts. You just see shiny on the pin. I don't feel any lips or anything like that. Go ahead and pull the C-clips out. Okay, what do we got going on here? There we go. There we go. Really looks in really good shape still. Looks like he's got, or she's got some nice hardened axles. You can see here where the bearing was running and the seal running. No pitting or anything like that. All the used axles, you really want to look at them because they're always pitted up. A lot of times people try to use the axle saver bearing, and I don't like axle saver bearings at all. Let's see what it looks like over here, Teresa. Hard to say, you know, if the bearing's new. Like say you see pitting on the rollers, so it's really hard to say. Seal looks new. Get the clip out of the other side.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. I'm just gonna push it over.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to be on this
Yeah,
side.
just grab that. Push the axle over a little bit. Sometimes you might have to pull it back even. There you go, just a little bit. You can see here where the axle part of it's been hooked here, and then you can see here where it runs on the spider gear, the big gear. Keeps it from going out. This one here, you could kind of see it too. Just an image of it, there's no feeling or anything.
Looks like a baby horseshoe.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then we'll pull this axle out. You can see the place in the axle where the clip goes in. Holds it. Pretty nice looking stuff so far.
Yep.
But we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna pull the gears out and change the gears, accommodate for the overdrive, where she can drive this thing. She wants to go to Firebird Fest this year.
They go a lot of different places.
They do. Like I say, when I pull this carrier out, I'll put these on both sides and check it right here and make sure they match up when you put them on there. If you get them, if they're mismatched, you'll be able to tell. You'll have a lip sticking out on one side or whatever. Oh my God. That's probably a lot of the wine too. Did you see how loose that was in there?
Yeah.
I mean, I should not be able to pull this out by hand.
Not like that.
Not like that, huh?
None of the other ones
It's
do.
got to be crushed tighter in there. That way this ring gear isn't pushed away from the pinion here. So, and that's probably what's happening. This thing is moving back and forth because you have to preload these quite a bit. It should never just slide in by hand. You should always have to, I usually take a bar like this and hook it under there and pull it out. As I'm setting it up, it'll be so tight in there that I can't get it out, and I have to physically pull it out with a bar every time. That way I know it doesn't move. You've got selective spacers right here on the each side of the race on the bearings. You got one here and you got one here. They got a shim there to tighten it up, but they didn't tighten it up. Not to where it needed to be. There's a lot of trash down in there. Yeah, see all that trash? Look at that. Do you see how that looks, Teresa?
Yeah.
That's why the gears look the way they do. There's so much trash even down in here. Watch this. Oh, there's a bearing. Huh. Just found a bearing.
Oh, wow.
What happens is
I wonder where that came
right down
from.
here where they put the tube in the center part of the housing. See right here? There's a spot right here that just collects all the trash, and that's where that bearing was laying. Lucky that didn't get in here because this fluid is moving so much. Even if there's trash on the bottom, it's going to whip it up. And next thing you know, the gears are running over all the trash. If that would have got in there, it would have definitely got into the gears itself and exploded them. That's big enough to just lock them down going down the highway instantly. It dropped it in there.
There it goes.
Have to get that out for her. But even down on this side, I mean, there's just piles of trash. See all that?
Yeah.
You have to clean these axle tubes so well and then get down in that spot because each side has got that place down in here where they slide the tubes in. There's a spot about that big that just fills up with trash. So these tubes have got a lot of trash in them. And that's probably what started wiping the gears out. So like I say on these shims here, different thicknesses to move it back and forth. We'll have a shim kit. That way I can just walk this thing all the way around and get it to right on the number where I want it, where it's physically on the number and then tight in here where you can't pull it out by hand. Let's see if I can get that. I didn't get my socket out for this. Don't remember what size it is offhand either, of course. Oops. Probably have to go look at another set.
Bigger?
Yeah.
Bigger.
Yeah, 20 degrees outside. It's really cold this morning. Tell you, some of these sockets and stuff I've had so long. I mean, this stuff is old. Is that saying that I'm old?
Yep, probably so.
I'm telling you, huh?
They're
There
lasting.
she is. Like I said, there's almost feels like there's no crush on the sleeve at all. I mean, this thing is just so. If I can move it up and down, I can't feel it. But I mean, there's just no preload on that. Those bearings at all. This is right there. Looking for Loctite, see if it Loctited it on or anything. Slip yoke come off real easy. Starting to get a little rust build up on here. We need to definitely knock that rust off there and get a coating of paint on there. Hasn't got to where the seal's at yet running, but still getting a lot of build up around there. Let me remember I did all my hammers and stuff laying everywhere. I got old Brutus laying somewhere hidden probably. There he is right there. And then what did I do with my other hammer, Teresa?
I don't know what other hammer.
That one right there.
you go.
And then of course I'll take and stick some rags down in here. I don't want that to.
Want me to hold it?
I'll put my glasses on first since I'm going to be beating on that. But what I got a dead blow hammer. And this is the only hammer that I'd ever hit two hammers together. I've been doing this hammer this way for 50 years. So, but I would never take two hard hammers and beat them together. You'd be crazy if you tried it. Big chip or something like that could come off. I didn't even have to touch that.
Yeah, it come out pretty easy.
But this dead blow hammer, it's made out of some other type of metal. It won't chip or anything like that. So I just put it in there, and you can put it. A lot of these pinions here have a little spot on them where they machined it, and it'll set right in there. You can see I've done it so long that it's got an indentation in it, just for that. And then I'll take the hammer and hit on that. You never want to hit on this because you know you're going to miss and mess up and mess the threads up on it. For a crush sleeve, even the bearings. Look at the bearings. You see what the bearings look like? Can you see that where this looks like it's been running over trash?
I'm not for sure if they
I mean,
can,
hopefully
but
y'all can
maybe
see that
so.
because these bearings look terrible. I mean, this is like this housing wasn't cleaned. So even if we took this unit apart and just going back with the same gear, we would not use the gears or anything. We're going to put all new bearings, new gears in this. We're going to totally clean this housing out because this housing is filthy. I mean, just filthy. And that's what happened within 100 miles. Even though it was whining to start with, that's probably because they didn't have this set perfectly right. You know, it was moving back and forth, going from 8,000s to 15,000s to 8,000, you know, just back and forth, because that's what will happen if you don't get it pressed in there tight. So I can see a few things just not clean, not setting this up right, and it just happens. I mean, we see it a lot, huh, Teresa? So, but we're going to talk to Lisa and see what gear we want to put in this. We'll get this all cleaned up, put all new bearings. Positive track looks really good still. I didn't see anything wrong with it. We definitely want to look at the spider gears though. They don't spin like this thing going down the highway. These only turn when you're going around a corner, so they don't get as much usage as the other gears do. But anyway, got a lot more to go, huh, Teresa? Fix to go to town, get the drive shaft shortened, get that put in, get the rear end in, and I'm going to be driving this Jewel. It's crazy how you do so much work on them and you get so excited to actually get out and drive them and stuff. It's kind of crazy. And I love working on the old stuff. Got this beauty here, fixing to pull the 400 out on it. It's so noisy. The pump is crazy. Don't know what's going on there. Has hardly zero miles on it, so we're going to check that out too. Have another video coming. And everybody's asking to tear down at least this 350 over here on the bench. So I think we're going to tear that tranny down too. I'm going to talk to her, see what she wants to do. We'll tear it down, just put it in a crate and put it in a shed or something like that. So, well, anyway, don't forget to subscribe, push your notification bell. Got more to come. Have a great day.